Hi everyone, and welcome to the most sparkly month of the year, December Harlequin new releases. And I stay sparkly because this month's books are sure to lighten up your mood, renew your belief in true love, and are like perfectly wrapped presents just waiting to be opened. And don't worry, there is a good mix of holiday romances with great stories that can really happen at any time during the year. But if holiday romances are all you're looking for, we have two fabulous videos you definitely want to check out. One on Harlequin holiday romances that inspired movies and TV shows that you can watch right now, and another book haul with only holiday romances. And like every month, there are tons of great new releases from Harlequin, way more than just the 6 that we're covering today. So make sure to go to harlequin.com and check them all out. Hi everyone, I'm Lisa from Lisa Latte Books, and you are watching the Harlequin Books channel where we talk all about romance books. Our first book is Greek's Shotgun Wedding by Lynn Graham, which is every girl's dream come true, being swept off your feet by a rich, hunky billionaire. So this book has every fantasy detail that I have ever envisioned dating a billionaire would be like. He has people to do his bidding, and you never have to lift a finger. And he has chauffeurs to drive you anywhere you want to go, private jets to fly you around, and once you get to these places, he has luxurious apartments waiting for you to go check in and reside at them while you are visiting. And don't worry, there's also a makeup store inside of his private yacht with a professional makeup consultant that comes with it to advise you on your best colors and shades. So the meet cute in here is Jace's dog, Mo. So Gigi is a veterinary surgeon in Greece who just happens to find Mo running into traffic. So she goes into full rescue mode, retrieves Mo, stitches him up, and then Jace comes to retrieve Mo the next day, and he falls instantly in love with Gigi, who has no idea who he is until after their first date. And that first date is on his private yacht where she has the ability to have anything she wants. And they pretty much just stay on a continual date after that, which ends up with her getting pregnant. So if you've always wanted to know how the other half lives, this is the romance book for you. Next is Falling for the Competition by Darby Bayham, which is set in my favorite city in the world, New York. So Keisha and Julian are both top of their class in NYU's MBA program, and this starts out as an enemies to lovers romance in part 1 of the book. And no, I did not make that up. This book is actually divided into 3 parts, which I appreciate. It gives your romance some structure. So in part 1, Keisha and Julian hate each other. Or rather, she hates him because he keeps doing just like silly things, so it's not her fault. So this guy could totally benefit from a dating coach because he is doing like everything he can to deter her from falling in love with him. And it's not on purpose. He is like really into her, and he's like flirting with her when they first meet, asks for her number, which no, she did not give it to him. But then he follows up with what I can only classify as like grade school behavior when that boy likes you. He pulls your hair on the playground as a way to flirt with you. So first, he shows her up in class to the professor on their first day of class. Second, he outright laughs out loud at one of her questions in class, so she feels like an idiot. And third, and this one would definitely put him in the enemy zone, is that he actually tells her, like it's a compliment, that she has thick thighs. And he thinks he's going to get points for being so observant of her body shape. Oh, Julian. So luckily for him, he's actually pretty smart. And for part 2 of the book, she has to join his team because there's a group project. It's worth 70% of their grade, and he has like a really good project. So you'll have to read this to find out how they do on their class assignment together with each other and if he can turn this ship around. The next book is Fortune's Holiday Surprise by Jennifer Wilk, where the surprise is that you're now Aunt Mom because your sister unfortunately passed away and you're now the sole guardian to your little 2-year-old niece. But don't worry, there's a super hot cowboy who's totally into helping you raise her, will do anything to help fix up the house for free, and you're totally falling in love with him a little bit every day. So Allison uproots her entire Albuquerque existence to move to Texas and take care of her niece. So Arlo is the deceased couple's best friend who has some unresolved issues with the couple and is trying to make amends by doing everything he can to help Allison. And it doesn't hurt that he also finds her super attractive and he loves the little niece. So If you're wondering if someone won the lottery because of this title, I thought that too, but Fortune is actually Arlo's last name. And the surprise is both Allison showing up in town and teaching him all about her Hanukkah tradition. So on a side note, this is a great book. Like if you want to learn all about Jewish holiday food, the different practices, while also being entertained by a great romance at the same time. Next, we have a heart-pounding, adrenaline-induced romance with Protecting the Newborn by Dolores Fawcett, which is like any good romantic suspense. It starts out with a ton of action and adventure that really just never stops. So this is a second chance romance between Rustin and Graceland, who were both San Antonio cops, working undercover on an assignment where they barely made it out alive when their covers were blown. So Graceland was so shaken up by this, like they were almost killed. She resigned immediately from the police force and went on the run under an assumed name. Now, her sister just found out she was pregnant and asked if she could go along with her, so obviously she took her. And then Rustin stayed in the police force and continued to do undercover work, but because of their past relationship, he was secretly still on the lookout for Graceland and hoping to pick up their romance right where they left off. So fast forward 10 months later, and her sister has ditched her and left her to take care of the baby all by herself. And Rustin's on a new undercover assignment where a bad guy has hired him to kidnap her and the baby. Like, he doesn't know it's her, but he finds out once he goes there. So his first thought is that the baby is his when he does the math, because it's been 10 months and the baby's a few weeks old. But she confirms it's her niece and not theirs, but it doesn't matter. He still wants to help protect her and the baby. And so his father, in the meantime, was also mysteriously murdered a few weeks ago. And him and his brothers, who are all in law enforcement, are trying to work on solving that crime too. So this is a book with a lot going on, and it's perfect though. It has everything you want. It has murder, suspense, action, family drama, a baby, and most importantly, it has a romance. Next is Deadly Christmas Inheritance by Jessica R. Patch, which has the best romance setup ever. So 3 years ago, Tegan and Rode had a drunken one-night stand that neither of them remembers. So when she finds out later she's pregnant, she has no way of getting in touch with Rode because she doesn't remember his name. She doesn't know anything about him. And even when they see each other 3 years later, they look at each other and they're still not sure if they're the person that they were with that night until she sees the back of his head. Apparently this Rode guy has a very memorable head of hair because as soon as she sees it, she's like, oh, that's the guy. And so he sees the kids and he's like, oh, those look exactly like me. And that's kind of how they figure it out. So when he finds out, he's this wonderful, upstanding guy. They're both sober now, and he invites her and the kids to live with him. And his whole family is super overjoyed and excited that they're there. So it's almost a happy ending right there. And the two kids are actually twins, and so is pretty much everyone else in this book. You cannot swing a candy cane in this book without hitting a set of twins. So in addition to their kids being twins, Tegan has a twin, Rode has a twin, and the possible murderers are also twins. So Tegan has actually inherited this huge mansion that you see here and all of the horse stables and hundreds of millions of dollars in cash that this rich old lady that she was helping to take care of had sitting in the bank. So the rich old lady, disinherited and wiped out everyone from her family from her inheritance. They possibly killed her because they thought that they were going to get it. So there's a big whodunit on who killed the lady. They also killed her twin sister. And there is buried treasure somewhere on that estate because I guess the hundreds of millions of dollars and everything else wasn't enough. She wanted to give her even more. So there is a rumor that the buried treasure is a massively huge fortune. So I know you're not supposed to have favorites, but this book might be my favorite out of the 6. I mean, they were all really great books, but come on, a treasure hunt. You got twins, you have a whole family with all crazy personalities, and one of them is the murderer. Anyways, the killer is still after Tegan because he's thinking if he just kills her, obviously then that will is void and maybe the family will inherit it. So don't worry. Rhode is not only ex-law enforcement, but so is his entire family. So everyone is going to keep her safe as they figure out who the real killer is and find that buried treasure. So definitely put this at the top of your TBR list. The last book is A Cowgirl's Christmas Reunion by Carrie Lynn Webb. And this is the perfect Christmas book for anyone who loves horses, because that's all this book is really like about, centered around horse stables, bonding with horses, careers in working with horses, touring with horses, caring for horses, having a horse ranch, and so many other things that probably went over my head because I am not a horse expert. But so let's start out with, who are these two? So Willow boards her horses with Nolan's sister, which you'd think would mean she'd see Nolan all the time, but he is a traveling champion bull rider. Like, he's super awesome and popular and like nationally known, and he's kind of famous. So he's divorced and single, and Willow's single, and there's always been this unspoken thing between them. So when they do finally meet up, there's like a fire or something at the stables, so their families push them together. Like, her grandmother is like, actually like, you should date, and then the guy's sister is like, yes, you should go on a date. Like, very cute. So Nolan's sister is like, we should just lie to our stepmom because she is so happy that you're finally dating Willow. And he's like, okay, I guess. I don't know. I guess it's Christmas. We should cheer her up. So Willow and Nolan end up spending a lot of time together, and they also bond over their family dramas and healing from their past issues together. So this is a really good, like, heartwarming, bring the whole family together kind of book with a fun romance built into it and lots of horses. So this is a good one when you want a nice touchy-feely kind of romance book for the holidays. All right, that's a wrap on some exciting new releases for December from Harlequin. But remember, there are many, many more, so make sure to check them all out at harlequin.com. All right, happy reading. And remember, if you like hearing about romance books, that's all we talk about on this channel. So make sure to hit the subscribe button below. We post new videos all the time. Bye.